Today I'm in Las Vegas, Nevada, currently in front of Circus Circus Hotel, and we're here today to document this place while we still can. Let's go see what we can find. Recently, it's been announced that Circus Circus is officially for sale, and they're looking to get $5 billion for it. I don't know, to me that seems a little bit high, but what do I know? So far, nothing has happened. The property hasn't been sold yet. There's currently no plans to tear the building down or change anything. But if you take a look at some of the other older casinos around here, a lot of them have been torn down. I mean, right across the street, Riviera is gone, Stardust is gone, Frontier is gone, Imperial Palace, and the list goes on and on. So again, it wouldn't be too far-fetched to think that Circus Circus might be next. So today I'm going to be telling you some facts and some memories about Circus Circus while we walk around and document the property just in case. So Circus Circus opened in 1968, and originally it was just a casino. They didn't have a hotel. The bottom floor was a casino, and the second floor was carnival games for the kids. Now check this out. When the casino first opened, all of the dealers and waitresses were in circus costumes, and they also had small pink elephants that you can ride. And this is the best part. There were several trained monkeys that would roam the casino floor, interacting with the guests. That sounds amazing. Circus Circus was one of the first family-friendly and themed casinos, even though originally they wanted to have topless shoeshine girls and acrobats. And it's funny that they were one of the first family-friendly and themed casinos because now they're one of the last. Originally out here in the front, it had a large fountain that shot water 4 stories up into the air. Eventually that fountain was removed for valet parking. There was also a large carousel in the front, but in 1976, that was removed for the famous Circus Circus sign featuring Lucky the Clown. And there were also multiple statues out front, all of which have since been removed, except for one statue of a clown right at the driveway. Now, the one statue that I remember is the gorilla, because one night I was walking down the strip with some friends, and one of my friends climbed up on top of it. I want to say it was like maybe 7 feet tall, and he climbed up on the shoulders, and I took an extremely dark and grainy picture of him. Now, this one I find really interesting, and I wish I was able to find more information about it. But supposedly, in the early days, they opened the Hippodrome Theater where they did adult shows, but for whatever reason, shortly after it opened, they closed it down and walled off the entrance, and it just sat there abandoned. And supposedly, it's still here, walled off and abandoned for over 50 years. Now, like I said, I wasn't really able to find any information about this online. The only proof that I could find that it even existed was a picture of a matchbook that said Hippodrome Theater. But I would love to get some more information and know why they would just wall off a theater and never do anything else with it. I don't know. Seems kind of strange. Now, in those early days, Circus Circus was losing money because they didn't have any hotel rooms. So in 1972, they started building their first tower, and construction went on all throughout the 70s, and they started building more and more towers, and that lasted all throughout the 80s. And they now have 3,767 rooms. And I believe that includes Circus Circus Manor right across the street, which is a 3-story motel that opened in 1980. Circus Circus also features the only RV park on the Strip. In 1974, Circus Circus was put into the Guinness Book of World Records for being the largest permanent circus, a record that it still holds today. I mean, is it really a permanent circus? I don't know. I mean, I guess it does have circus acts and it's got clowns. I guess technically? In 1981, they opened a monorail, and it was the first automated transit system in Las Vegas. Now, the monorail has since closed, but parts of the track are still visible. Now there's another building here on Circus Circus property that we got to talk about. The Slots of Fun Casino, which opened in 1971. And I used to like going to Slots of Fun because it was small and they had games that some of the other casinos didn't have. And I don't know about now, but back then it was cheap. They had tables with $2 and $3 minimums. Now something that Slots of Fun was famous for was their cheap snack bar. $2 hot dogs, $2 shrimp cocktail, $2 beers, something that's still going on today. But Slots of Fun was no stranger to drama. Supposedly in the early days, there was a lot of mafia action going on here. And in 1986, a woman accidentally drove her car through the front doors right into the casino. Magically, she didn't kill anybody, but she injured 14 people, and one woman even lost her eye. And Circus Circus is one of the only places where you can come to see a free circus show. Now, I don't know, there might be other places where you can go to see free circus shows, but nowhere that I know. Now, this is something that they've been doing since they first opened, and it's still going on 7 days a week. I believe there's circus shows every hour, and they're about to start right now. So we're gonna head inside and check out a show, and I'll tell you a few more facts about Circus Circus. Now, I hadn't spent much time inside of Circus Circus in quite a while, and I gotta say, I was really surprised to see how empty it was and how run down certain sections of the property looked. Now, the free circus acts that we were looking for, that's located in the Midway, and surprisingly, that section actually looked really good. However, it was still extremely empty. Now, unfortunately, the information we found online for the circus shows was wrong. It said that they start at 11:30, but when we got here, as you can see, it's empty, there's no shows going on. They don't start until 1:30, and I don't plan on being in Las Vegas at 1:30. So, sorry, I'm not gonna be able to show you a live circus show today, but I did wanna show you what the theater looks like. But check this out. Look at this carpet. I mean, this carpet has got to at least be from the 90s, right? It's awesome. In 1993, they opened the amusement park, which is now called Adventure Dome, but originally it had a different name. And I used to enjoy coming to the Adventure Dome. They actually have a pretty decent roller coaster, and I also enjoyed the laser tag that they have here. I was hoping to walk around today and show you what it looked like inside, but they have it now to where you have to purchase a ticket ahead of time before you can go inside of Adventure Dome. You used to be able to just go inside and walk around and then purchase your tickets for rides afterwards. But I guess in order to cut down on some of the riffraff, they made it to where you have to purchase tickets ahead of time. They also just recently opened a SpongeBob SquarePants ride right across from the Adventure Dome, and I came out here about a year ago and rode this with my son. It was pretty fun, but really expensive. Something I wouldn't have normally done, but my son is a SpongeBob SquarePants fan, so I thought we had to do it at least once. And like I said, it was a cool ride, just not worth the money.
Oh, break those plates! Smash, smash!
All right, Patrick, a whole bunch of fun now. He's coming right up.
They will stop me from learning the secret formula!
Also in 1993, the same year that the amusement park opened, Circus Circus became the epicenter of one of the biggest heists in Las Vegas history. A woman named Heather Tallchief got a job as an armored truck driver, and while her co-workers were inside of Circus Circus filling up the ATM machines, Tallchief drove off with the rest of the money, over $3 million. Now, the craziest thing about that story is Tallchief and her murderer boyfriend actually got away with it. But 12 years later, the guilt started to eat away at her, and she came back to the States and turned herself in. Now, to be honest, I've never stayed at Circus Circus or Circus Circus Manor, but the reviews online aren't too good, especially for Circus Circus Manor. Most people talk about how absolutely disgusting the rooms are and how run down the property is. And people also complain about the amount of crime at both properties. Now, Circus Circus has had multiple deaths on the property, including deaths linked to in-room robberies. Supposedly, it's a known fact that in the past, there was a problem with doors not properly closing all the way. And so there were people that would regularly walk the halls pushing on doors, hoping to find doors that didn't latch, and at which point they would come in and rob the rooms. At least one of those in-room robberies turned into a homicide. So it's obvious that Circus Circus has definitely seen better days. And although the casino now has somewhat of a bad reputation, there's still a lot of fun that's been had on this property, and it would be heartbreaking to see it get torn down because it's a legendary part of the Las Vegas Strip. And although Circus Circus and the possibility of it getting torn down isn't exactly an 80s topic, this casino was here all throughout the 80s and the 90s, and I know that a lot of memories were made on this property back then, and I would love to hear about them. So please, let me know in the comments any memories that you have of Circus Circus from the 80s and 90s. So that's gonna do it for this video. Again, I just wanted to come over here and document the property just in case it gets torn down before the next time I come to Vegas. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.